What's up, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video, and we're talking Hornets, Rockets tonight. Your boy LaMelo with another historic night where he broke another record in his first 25 games in the NBA. It's like that. Let's get into the details. Let's go.
With my dude, AB the Hero.
What's
well,
up?
we getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
Hey.
AB, way to get out of the lane. Way to get out of the lane.
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's the hustler for it.
Let's go. I'm out.
All right. Let me stop. All right, so tonight, Charlotte Hornets, Houston Rockets. Now, it's important to note, Rockets a little bit undermanned. Didn't have your boy John Wall. I believe Eric Gordon also did not play. He was resting, which is crazy to me. This is the game. You got to show up tonight because y'all gonna catch an L because that boy LaMelo playing like he ain't got no sense. Now, I will say this. If you watch my halftime video, I was talking about my dog was not scoring around the rim. And if he had have been scoring around the rim in that consistently like he can do, he probably would have scored like 40 tonight. He was that hot from behind the arc. Now, I have in the past, right, been critical of Lonzo at times where you look at the box score and you'll see like he'll score like 20 points or something and it'll all be from behind the arc. No free throws, no nothing, just straight three-pointers. You know what I'm saying? Like 18 points or something like that, whatever the math is. And so he'll do that. And to me, for him, it's so different because he never attacks the basket, right? So it's like most folks do not knock down 7 3-pointers in a night. So it's like unreliable. You got to be able to score. What I appreciate about Melo's game and why I feel like I feel the urge to give him praise for the way that he do it is he's going to the basket. He's getting to the free throw line and having those attempts as well, but then also facilitating that thing and just got his handprints all over the game in all kind of ways. But I appreciate y'all for subbing to the channel, hitting the notification bell. Let's take a look a little bit closer here at the box score. Appreciate the subs. Y'all see the numbers going up. That boy about almost 9,000, man, which is bananas. You know what I mean? So thank you. All right, so let's get over here. We at the box score. We looking at this. Your boy LaMelo tonight. Let me get it zoom out because that's something is going on. All right, your boy LaMelo tonight, 24 points, and like I said, could have been 40, easy. Could have been an easy 40 points tonight from him. 10 assists, 7 boards. Them 4 turnovers, we talked about that. Started the game kind of wonky, threw one a crazy oop to Miles Bridges that was just uncatchable. But the first half, 4 turnovers, second half did not turn the ball over. That's the growth. That's the maturity. That's this type of stuff when folks be like, oh, but he a rookie, he need to take time, like playing on the bench. And I'm like, no. If you want him to develop, let him do it in the game. Let him make mistakes and then let him grow from it. In that same way that Melo had been playing earlier in this season, he would have never had the opportunity to grow the way that he showed he could grow tonight. 32 minutes. LaMelo would have been done by 20. The 12 minutes that it took him to really figure that stuff out and not turn the ball over like that, he would not have had it coming off the bench the way that he had been coming off the bench. So we see some growth there. This right here is crazy. 7 for 12 from behind the arc. 7 for 12 from behind the arc. Let me hit this here. Normally I had this pulled up for y'all, but let's go over here. 7 for 12 from behind the arc. We looking at 58% from free throw land, 40% from the field, 75% from the free throw. I'm sorry, yeah, 58% from 3-point, 75 from the free throw line. Y'all got me. Last 10 games, 16 points. It's safe to say that all of them rookie ladders and all of them rankings, it's over. It's over. My dog has solidified himself as the rookie of the year, damn near already. Just got to close this thing out and keep playing like he's playing. And also, when you start to see these numbers that he's produced since the starter, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find it. You see here, my dog, 7 3-pointers, 10 assists in the game. The only other 2 people to do that, Steph Curry and Jason Kidd. Those are Hall of Famers, folks. Those are Hall of Famers. When my dog is putting up these type of numbers that he's putting up, and you see the Twitter sphere starting to go crazy. Oh my God, LaMelo, LaMelo, LaMelo. Oh, and what I find to be interesting is, like, I'll say something like, oh man, Melo need to be in the starting lineup. And folks would be like, bruh, but the development. And I'd be like, yo, my dog probably needs to be in the All-Star game. Bruh, but he just a rookie. And now you starting to see since he's been a starter, averaging 22 plus points a game. Come on, man. It's not fair what he's doing to the game. Let's go here. Y'all know I always like to look at this. I think this is a critical part from this team because of looking at the trends in the way that Coach James Borrego, JB, does his rotations and things here. So we get to this point in the game. Y'all know it. It's about from 7 minutes to that, like 6 minutes of the game, where Miles Bridges actually entered the game, I guess because Melo was shooting free throws or whatever, but Miles Bridges came to the game for PJ Washington. And then like a little bit later, LaMelo got subbed out for Malik Monk. So like I said at halftime, what was interesting about this game is you could tell that it was an intentional effort by Coach James Borrego to get Bridges and LaMelo on the court at the same time. If you go back to last night's game, what he ended up doing is when he made the transition from the starters to the first guys off the bench, Melo went to the bench, Bridges and Monk came in. This time he did it staggered, and I feel like you could tell that the chemistry between Miles and Melo was there, and you could see them start to figure it out and be able to kind of sustain that throughout the game. So much better starts, right? When we used to watch these Hornets, about this point in the game where it got to about 6 minutes or so, they'd be at about 7 to 8 points. Melo would come in and they finish the quarter with like 30 some odd points. Now, last night and this night, over 30 points in the first couple quarters, and realistically, another game where it was pretty much over. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, the Houston Rockets had not scored a bucket the entire fourth quarter until like 3 minutes left into the game. That's what the Hornets was on tonight, that kind of stuff here. We look at the shot chart here, you see LaMelo Ball once again behind the arc tonight, which is a crazy. It is crazy to be able to have that type of skill set, right? So one of the reasons that I'm always like, yo, I want to see you drive to the basket, I want to see you drive to the basket, is because when your three is not falling, you have that attacking the basket, maybe getting to the free throw line to fall back on. My guy LaMelo has it both ways. For some reason tonight, he was missing bunnies, tricking off easy layups tonight, and was able to rely on that three-point shot to dominate this game. I think that also what he does is just the pace. Everybody who watches the game says this. The pace at which he plays at is pushes it to a place where the other team is now frantic and all of that stuff. I think that there are these moments, and I can't tell if it's like I'm getting tired or let me get my shine, where you will see one of these guys from the Hornets, call out Malik Monk here, will bring the ball up the court, and instead of passing it to Melo, as he's running up, will try to initiate the offense on his own and go ISO, 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 and then get up a shot. To me, a lot of times when you had those, what I would determine to be a mental breakdown, because it does not seem like that's the play call. It just seemed like I'm doing my own thing right now. To me, that's because you're probably tired and you're trying to slow the game down by creating your own shot here. If you look from the floor, man, let's see some of the usual suspects. Your boy Gordon Hayward looked pretty good tonight. We all know he's Mr. Consistent for this team. Terry Rozier, he struggled early, but was able to kind of get it going there in the second half. We go back to the box score. We get kind of pull out his stats for the night. So ended up with 15. I believe in the first half he had 4. So, you know what I mean, was able to score 11 points in that second half. Cody Zeller had 15 at half, only scored 4. So you see the trade-off there. But really, my boy Miles Bridges off the bench tonight, like, really looked really good. Really felt like he was back in that rhythm that we've seen him being back when him and Melo would be in that first unit off the bench, kind of the 6th and 7th man for the squad. And you could look at the lead tracker here. It just was not close for the majority of the game. The Hornets had the game kind of locked away. The biggest lead of the night, 25 points. God, man, these boys hooping. I'm saying this now. They looking like a playoff team. It's looking like somebody going to the playoffs. Right now, the Hornets is a 6th seed. The 6th seed, and they just starting to figure it out. I would not be surprised if they crack the top 5 by the time the playoff comes. If they can remain healthy, I know that, here's what I'll say. If they can remain healthy, I feel like they could push into that top 5, right? I think that what will be interesting, though, for them in the playoffs, which will probably cause their demise, is that they just don't have the solid, like, super duper big guy down there to really who can really dominate. You get some good play from Bismack tonight. He had a stretch where he was Mr. Energy, but Bismack hit the ground like 30 times tonight, laying on the ground, falling. He had some big blocks. Every play down, he grab a board, he laying on the ground, he got to get up. To me, I love your energy, I love your enthusiasm, you know what I'm saying? And I think that it's great to have that as an option, but I like Cody Zeller and what he's doing. He is one of the reasons that is helping this team actually get off to them good starts too, because for some reason at the beginning of the games, your boy Borrego decides that he's going to have Terry Rozier bring it up, kick it to Gordon Hayward, and let him ISO for a little bit. And then after they do that a couple times, things stall out, or Cody Zeller gets some boards and put him back in. Then they push the pace with Melo, which ends up ultimately being why they've been having such good first quarters since he moved into the starting lineup, which is something that I said a long time ago, but we're not going to get into that. As you see, leading players tonight, Melo led all scorers in the entire game with 24 points, 10 assists. Miles Bridges with 10 boards. Let's see, your boy Malik Monk with 2 blocks. That's big time. A solid night for them boys, man, last night. Out in the fast break, here we go. 25-13, Charlotte Hornets. Points in the paint, tied it up 4-4, 44-44. And this is what we talked about at halftime. They were missing a lot of shots at the rim. Hayward, you even see that, like the majority of his points coming from Bernard. LaMelo, all his points coming from Bernard. So it was good to have Bridges and some of these other guys get it going and be able to score Terry Rozier around the rim and kind of tighten up this points in the paint from halftime. But overall, a great game. You starting to see these Hornets start to move in the right direction, starting to come together. It's also funny if you watch the interview that I have with Borrego, and he talks about, I didn't even know. I hadn't even watched Melo. I didn't even know he was going to be this good. I didn't know the three-point shot was what it was. I seen him, I checked him, I saw the confidence and stuff. But if you've been rocking with the channel for a minute, and I hate to be one of them dudes who because it's a pet peeve of mine when folks do this. They be like, but I'm the first one. I'm not saying I'm the first one who did it, but I'm going to say that consistently I have been saying that the three-point shot from LaMelo Ball is going to work out. Because in the NBA, he's going to get better shots. The shot selection is going to be dwindled down from when in Chino Hills, in the JBA, in NBL damn near, he could just shoot it from any time, any place and anywhere he wanted to. And honestly, I would give credit to Borrego for that, of making him come off the bench and maybe putting a leash on him to really make him feel like if I'm going to play, I have to really be on top of my game and be taking great shots and making great plays. And maybe that is why we're getting the success that we having now, or maybe my dog was just built for that anyway. It's your main man, AB the Hero. I'm finna get up out of here.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.